Hey guys, Paul here. So, since I've decided not to buy an iPad, I've decided to try to improve the interface to my iPhone 4. So I'm going to show you that setup now. First thing we've got is this VGA mirrored display. So as you can see, my iPhone here and this monitor displays mirrored, and basically I'm using this VGA cable. You can buy this at the Apple Store. It's 29 bucks. The program, first you need a jailbroken iPhone. So with Cydia, you're going to download a program called Display Out. You can see in my settings here, you can change the max screen resolution. You can, so this is the VGA cable. You can also use the composite cable and the component cable. However, you're not going to be able to get, this higher resolution. You can scale it. One thing, if you do use the composite or the component cable, one issue with this one is there's no power, as well. There's no video plus power. If you get the component or composite, you can do both. So let me go back. Another program that I'm running is I want a mouse and keyboard. So I'm running two programs: BT Stack mouse and BT Stack keyboard. And I've got a Bluetooth keyboard here, and I've got a Bluetooth mouse here. You see these programs, I've already started them running, but basically you turn them on, it's going to look for a Bluetooth device, it'll find your keyboard, same thing with the mouse one. You see, it's called Bluetooth, I don't know if you can see it, but it's called BT Stack Mouse, and the other one's called BT Stack Keyboard. And just like the Display Out, you can find it on Cydia. So already running those two. Real quick, I'll show you browser. Okay, here's in portrait mode. Initially I thought, wow, I've got my Display Out, I've got my keyboard, I've got my mouse, and that's it. That's all I need. This is almost like a desktop. But as you can see on the iPhone here, it looks, well, I don't know if you can see it from the resolution, but when you're browsing on the iPhone, the fonts are pretty big and it's a pretty easy browsing experience. However, on a big screen, the font is a little bit too big. Also, I've already done this, but let me show you. So luckily, here's the on-screen keyboard. To get that out of the way, you can use Function Tab, and it'll get rid of that on your Bluetooth keyboard. And let's see, I'm going to go to cnnfn.com. So if I go to cnnfn.com, one thing is, browsers send what's called a user agent to the server when they request a web page. And in this case, the CNN web server sees that I'm an iPhone, so it's going to send me to the mobile version of the website, which, if you're on a mobile browser, which is good, but if I'm on a desktop, this is not really what I want. So, so I found another piece, so this is Safari. Backing up, I found this other program called Perfect Browser. This has got a couple nice features. For instance, it's going to give me a full screen display. With this icon here, I can bring open the settings and controls. You can see, number one, I get a tab display, which I couldn't do in Safari. Also, for the user agent, I can basically set any user agent that I want. Sometimes for some of these controls, it's a little bit better to do it by hand rather than using the mouse, so I'll do that now. Desktop web rendering. You can see by default it's going to send Safari, that's the Safari iPhone browser, but in this case, I want to tell it that I'm an actual desktop browser, so Safari Mac. Accept it. So in this case, just like before, I had gone to, I've already done this, but I'll do it again. On Safari, I went to CNN.com, and it forwarded me to CNN.mobi. Well, in this case, it thinks that I'm a desktop browser, so it's going to keep me on the normal CNN. Well, rather, in this case, it'll forward me to the money.cnn.com. But it's the full, the desktop version of the website. You can see the fonts are a little bit smaller now. Now, if I was, in fact, on my iPhone, it's, the text is quite small, but on a desktop, it's just right. So another nice thing about this browser is you can, all these controls, the status bar and so forth, you can hide, get that out of the way. Looking at text here. You know, it looks just like you would expect from a normal browser. I've got a keyboard. I can, you know, typing's pretty easy. I've got a mouse. One thing is the scroll bar doesn't work, but you can, you know, still do the, just like if you were, you know, on the touchscreen, you can still, I guess it's an accelerometer, what you call that, but, okay, scrolling. You still do the same kind of scrolling. There is a scroll bar here, so you can use this control as well. And then your, you know, back page, forward page, so forth. So, let's just do some typical browsing. Here's Gmail, for example. You can see, you know, all your email here, just like, you know, if you were on a laptop. Let me full screen it. So, basically that's the setup. Let me review the programs once more. If you happen to, you know, not have your laptop with you, and you do want to, you know, do some more desktop like activities, you know, this is a nice alternative. Let me get out of here. So again, this one was Perfect Browser. That one's on Cydia. I want to say this one was about $2, maybe $2 or $3. And then the BT Stack keyboard, BT Stack mouse. The keyboard was $5. The mouse was free. Browser was $2 or $3. And then the display out, which was about $2 or $3. So basically, the setup, the software will run you about $10. The cable, you know, depending on where you get it, you know, about $29 or less if you get one of the component or composite cables. So you're looking at maybe, you know, $40 for a desktop-like interface to your OS. Now, you know, as the iPhones get even more powerful, you're going to be able to do, you know, even more than I've shown here. But to have the desktop interface, this is you know, kind of the first steps to do that. I hope you've enjoyed this webcast, and I'll catch you later.